Hey guys, Solemn Salmon here, bringing you this video covering the combat skills and abilities available to Scott and Sara Ryder in Mass Effect Andromeda. We're going to be taking a look at the direct powers they can use, including Omni Grenade, Turbocharge and Barricade, as well as some of the passive abilities, including weapon focuses and combat skills and fitness. Omni Grenade is a relatively traditional click button, throw grenade and blow up enemy power of a style familiar to probably the majority of players. Unlike the old bizarre grenades of Milky Way Mass Effect games, which slowly discus towards the enemy, Omni Grenade deals AoE damage to your enemies a short duration after it's thrown, with the fuse shortened the longer you hold the throw button. The first two upgrades will increase your grenade capacity and damage, after which you start having to make significant decisions about how your power works. At rank 4, you can choose between frag grenades, which deal significantly more damage in a wider radius, or sticky grenades, which will adhere to surfaces and your enemies. The decision rests solely on how you prefer to play, and whilst I've always been a stickler for sticky grenades, it's hard to turn down the destructive might of the frag. Rank 5 features a less dramatic choice, more grenades or more damage. Choosing grenade capacity will add an extra 2 grenades to your total limit, but I'd take shrapnel every time. For 5 seconds after being hit with your grenade, enemies will take an extra 45 damage per second. That means that even if they survive the initial blast, they'll likely still die before they make it to cover. The final rank, rank 6, features a choice between anti-armor and anti-shields. My advice is to base the decision on the other powers you're using. If you need to do more damage against shields, take anti-shields. If you need to bust through more armor, take anti-armor. You can't really go wrong either way though. Concussive Shot is the very first power you start out with in the Andromeda Galaxy, and is a throwback and personal favourite of everyone's favourite Turian, Garrus Vakarian. Concussive Shot fires a target-seeking round which will knock down an unarmoured and unshielded humanoid enemy, dealing significant damage regardless. It's also a detonator power, which means it'll detonate combo primers such as the Biotic Pull or Tech Incinerate. Ranks 2 and 3 increase the force of the shot and its damage. At rank 4, you can choose to increase the recharge speed of your concussive shot, or alter the power so that it no longer needs to recharge at all, but instead requires power cells, of which you'll only be able to carry a limited number at a time. Recharge speed allows you to continue using concussive shot as you have so far, whilst repeat concussion limits its use, but makes it a far deadlier power on its own. At rank 5, you can choose to increase the shot's radius, potentially taking down more enemies at once. Alternatively, you can ramp up the damage and force of your shot, making sure those hit stay down permanently. Finally, rank 6, which features the familiar choice between anti-armor and anti-shield. Once again, my advice is to base your choice on your other powers, but I'd favour anti-armor with concussive shot, as I found it can be highly effective at chewing through that yellow health bar. The Barricade Power deploys a temporary piece of energy-based cover, which shields anyone behind it from enemy fire as well as increasing their shield regeneration. Deploying a barricade requires the use of a power cell from your limited supply. The first 2 ranks increase the number of power cells you have, and therefore the number of barricades you can deploy before a resupply, as well as the duration of your barricade at rank 3. At rank 4, you're presented with a choice between those two: increased duration or more power cells. At this point, you'll be limited to just 3 power cells, so my advice would be to take the power cells rank to increase this. There'll be rocks you can hide behind when your barricade runs out anyway, I'm sure. Rank 5 presents the interesting choice of increasing the weapon power of those behind the barricade, or increasing the damage and force of your other powers. It's a personal choice, but I favour power feedback, if just because your powers are epic and you should be using them at every and each opportunity. Plus, power feedback can combine with one of the choices in rank 6, which features 2 great options. Regeneration seriously ramps up Barricade's ability to recharge your shields, vital for safeguarding your precious health bar. Electric Defense, on the other hand, alters your Barricade so that it can stun or injure enemies, especially synthetic ones. Stunned enemies are also primed for combo detonation, triggered by detonator powers like Concussive Shot, which can create great synergy with rank 5's power feedback. Turbocharge is a great power for players who focus mainly on their weapons over their powers, the soldier archetype from the previous Mass Effect games. When used, it increases the damage, clip size, and rate of fire of your guns. Ranks 2 and 3 increase the power's recharge rate and further boost weapon damage. Rank 4 provides a choice between further increases in recharge speed or increasing the power's duration, and my advice would be to take the latter. At rank 5, you can choose to either increase your weapon damage and force another step, or boost your gun's accuracy and stability, whilst rank 6 grants you a choice between Dump Heat, which vastly increases your clip size, or Supercharge, which sacrifices a little bit of that clip boost for an increase in rate of fire. Trip Mine grants the player a limited number of deployable mines, which can be tossed on the ground and triggered by enemies when they approach. Ranks 2 and 3 feature the, by now typical, boosts to mine capacity and damage, whilst rank 4 grants either a second increase in capacity or an increase in mine sensor range. I'd take the sensor range boost, as it'll make your deployable mines trigger at greater distances and thus increase the area they can cover. Rank 5 gives you a choice between increasing your mines' damage and force or boosting their blast radius. I'd suggest taking blast radius, as it'll increase your mines using combos at rank 6, where you can choose to make your mines combo detonators or combo primers. I'd probably take EMP, as it'll also add a stun effect and increase the damage to shields. Flak Cannon gives you a limited number of Krogan-designed shells which burst into shrapnel, dealing a significant amount of damage to your enemies, although they'll be less effective against armour. Guess what? Ranks 2 and 3 increase your power cell capacity, as well as the damage and force of your shells. At rank 4, you can grab a further boost to one or the other. At rank 5, you can choose to negate the effect armour has on your shells with anti-armour. Alternatively, you can add a stun effect to your Flak Cannon. Personally, I favour anti-armour, as it turns Flak Cannon into a weapon you can turn on an armoured foe and rip them apart. At rank 6, you can choose Flak, which adds 50% more shrapnel explosions for an immediate boost to damage, or Shredder, which adds a bleed effect to your enemies for 8 seconds. I do tend to favour those bleed effects, as it means a number of your foes will simply wander off and perish moments later, even if they don't die in the immediate explosion. Your passive weapon powers are understatedly important. Whilst your main powers will provide you with flair and more dramatic damage, your weapons are a constant companion and probably deal the vast majority of your damage. In terms of ranking up each type of weapon, the skill trees are almost identical, only differing at rank 6. We'll take a look at the pistol tree to give you an overview. Rank 1 of a weapon tree provides a straight boost to damage. It's not a huge amount, but if you add that increase to every shot you fire, it adds up. Rank 2 boosts weapon accuracy, whilst rank 3 increases mobility and reduces the penalties you get whilst firing on the move. At rank 4, you face a choice between reducing the weight of your weapon or adding some spare ammunition. The decrease in weight can be huge in limiting any penalties on the recharge speed of your other powers, whilst extra ammunition can be a lifesaver in a tough fight. Rank 5 gives you a choice between an increase in reload speed or a boost to the size of your weapon clips. I think this one comes down to the specific weapon you're using. A single shot sniper rifle, for example, is clearly going to benefit more from reload speed than clip size. Finally, rank 6, which is specific to each weapon tree. For pistols, the choice is between a boost to damage either when hip firing or aiming down sight. With assault rifles, you can take either Shatter Defenses, which provides a cumulative damage increase every time you hit an enemy in quick succession, great for rapid fire rifles, or its alternative, Critical Hits, which boosts damage for shots to the head or other weak spots, and benefits single shot or automatic rifles. Next up, shotguns, where the choice is between an increase in damage and force or a boost to melee proficiency. Finally, sniper rifles, where you can gain either a flat boost to damage or a brief increase to rate of fire, accuracy, and reload speed every time you kill an enemy. Combat Fitness provides passive boosts to Ryder's physical prowess, with early ranks increasing health and shield strength, plus adding an extra weapon slot. At rank 4, you can increase the power of your consumables, such as overdrive packs and shield capacitors, or gain a boost to health and shield regeneration speed, which is definitely the option I'd take. Rank 5 grants a further weapon slot, or gives you a boost to clip size, spare ammunition, and power cell capacity. Again, that's the option I'd definitely take. At rank 6, you can find an homage to Captain Kirrahe in Mass Effect 1 with the Hold the Line option, extra damage reduction at low health. The alternative, In the Trench, increases damage reduction when in cover. I'd take Hold the Line though, even if just to remember an old Solarian comrade. The final combat skill tree, Combat Tools, provides specialised training in the use of the jump jet and melee weapons, with the first 3 ranks boosting all other combat powers damage, providing an increase in melee damage, and ramping up the power of combo detonations for every other point spent in the combat skill group. Rank 4 increases Ryder's proficiency at agility-based movement, increasing the duration of hover whilst firing mid-jump jet leap, or adding more damage reduction whilst evading. Rank 5 increases the damage and area of effect of melee slam attacks, or further boosts combat detonator power. Finally, Rank 6 presents a choice between greater aerial combat prowess with boosts to damage resistance, hover duration and weapon accuracy whilst airborne, or alternatively grants you superior martial arts and cumulative boosts to melee attacks in quick succession. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to check out some of the other videos on this channel if you enjoyed it, and please like and subscribe for more. Until next time.